Hi, I'm Victoria Lennox from Startup Canada. I'm here at Communitech Hub, and I'm here with Dan from Client Outlook. Dan, can you please tell us a bit about Client Outlook and a bit about the company and a bit about yourself?
Okay, so Client Outlook is a healthcare company first. What we do is we take medical images that are currently locked away in hospital institutions, and we're actually getting them out into the hands of clinicians, whether the clinician is a surgeon, a radiologist, a cardiologist, or a nurse. And we're getting them out via a web browser or mobile device, because there's one thing that we know that's going to happen in the future is that every doctor will have one of these in their pocket. Every doctor's going to have a tablet in their pocket, and of course the omnipresent web is always there, so we hit that as well.
And I hear that your company just graduated from the Accelerator Center. Maybe you can tell us a bit about the growth of the company and where you are right now in terms of your market. Clearly the company has grown quite a bit. There's been traction. You've proven that there's interest in the technology. Maybe you can just tell us a bit about the evolution.
Sure. So speaking about the growth, I mean, I'm one of the three founders, right? So Steve and Brenda are the other two. And we started as basically a basement operation. Steve and Brenda worked out of their house, and I worked out of my basement. So that's where we started. We came into the Accelerator Center about 3-4 years ago as a 3-person operation. We quickly hired another person, and then grew from there. So we started in one of the flex rooms, which are basically it's just a space with 4 companies sharing it. A common area, and then we moved on from there, and then we started hiring people, and then we graduated. When we graduated, we had about 13-14 people. We did it in September. It was just a phenomenal ride. So I mean, right there, I mean, you can kind of see going from a mom and pop basement operation of 3 people, going to the Accelerate Center, and going from 3 people to essentially 14 people. There's something to be said about that right there. I mean, it was phenomenal. In terms of what the Accelerator Center did for us, just being in an environment where everybody else is kind of in the same boat, I mean, everybody's going through the same trials and tribulations. There's just something inspiring and addictive about it. Apart from that, I mean, the resources are just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, one of our first investors was somebody connected directly with the Accelerator Center, and he was one of the first people who believed in us, and that allowed us to actually accelerate our growth. So that's one way. Having access to all the mentors that are part of the Accelerator Center, people who've already done it.
I think the Accelerator Center and the entire ecosystem of the entire network that you require is just absolutely fundamental. Maybe you can just tell us a bit about your vision and where you want this to go. And I'm also curious as to who are your clients, who are you selling to, and where's your market?
Well, we as a company, we sell direct to hospitals, but frequently we actually partner with other companies. So, I mean, because our business right now is imaging, we actually come in as a piece of a total solution. A big trend in healthcare right now is essentially linking multiple institutions together. I mean, I give the example of, if you take your debit card, you go to China, you can take money out, and it's fine. You break your leg in Mississauga, Ontario, your doctor in Toronto is not going to have access to those images. You have to bring a CD to it. Well, clearly there's something flawed with that. And everybody knows where this is going. I mean, you should be able to take your patient data along with you. Your doctor should be able to have an entire history of your patient history accessible anytime it is needed. I mean, if there's an emergency, the difference between life and death is occasionally the difference between having access to your current medication. So when we sell a solution, I mean, this is something that we keep in mind. These are some of the problems we're solving.
So here in Startup Canada, we're here in Waterloo Region trying to uncover ways in which we can better promote a culture of entrepreneurship, how we can better support Canadian entrepreneurs. You've already spoken about the value of the Accelerator Center and creating that ecosystem around you of other people going through the same thing. Do you have any advice to Startup Canada on what we can be doing to better support entrepreneurs in Canada?
Bring like-minded people together. I mean, when micromanaging is usually not a good thing. You bring like-minded people together, you're going to have magic happen. I mean, when we first got into the Accelerator Center, there was another healthcare company in there, and we did our piece, the imaging piece, and they did the other piece, and we kind of brought our talents together, and we created a product in a span of weeks to showcase at least a prototype, a proof of concept, and that wouldn't have happened without us being in this kind of environment together. So, you bring entrepreneurs together, you bring like-minded people together, you're going to have something happen, because it just can't not happen.
That's fantastic, Dan. Thank you so much for your time. That's fantastic. Thank you.